And welcome back to this special edition of News 4 at 6. Wayne's Business Park took a direct hit from that EF4 tornado 10 years ago tonight. Back then, Sand Creek Post and Beam was celebrating 9 years in business and looking forward to many more.
The tornado radically changed those plans in minutes. KTIV's Katie Koppel has the story.
Len Dickinson and Jewel Gaylor launched Sand Creek Post and Beam in Wayne, Nebraska, building beautiful timber barns and homes that have been shipped across the country.
We will be having our 20th anniversary next year, which we're pretty excited about, especially considering that almost came to a screeching halt 10 years ago.
On October 4th, 2013, it all nearly came to an end.
About mid-afternoon, we kind of saw the weather start to turn, and as the afternoon progressed, it only got worse.
We're looking to the west. It's blue sky to the south, big rain cloud, and you could not see a tornado. It was that rain enshrouded.
Len and Jewel were home near Pilger when the storm hit. They got the call, leaving their home so fast they didn't shut the front door.
That we couldn't get any closer than about a block. Walked through the debris, got onto the property, and I think I was immediately in shock. I couldn't say anything, and here's my husband, and he's literally like this, saying it's all gone. And then Brandon came, and he came over to us and said, we just went through the entire building. Everyone got away safely.
I'd never felt like that before. It wasn't really fear, it was just, how could something like this happen so quickly without any kind of notice? The storm was unexpected. It was a long time of year for a tornado.
And I couldn't believe my eyes. I mean, it was pure devastation. It wasn't just our facility that was down, but there was multiple buildings completely leveled to the ground, piles of rubble.
You know, there was sticks stuck between a rim and a tire of a pickup, and buildings completely gone, and then panes of glass sitting on a shelf that hadn't been touched, and the whole building's gone, you know, next to it.
I had put about 20 buckets in my pickup, figuring we had to pick up hardware all over the place. We got here, and both ends, the north ends of the building, were still intact.
Len and Jewel called their management team to figure out what's next, but they were met with another surprise.
Everybody came, every single employee came, and I was shocked.
With everything destroyed, they had to find a way to keep production going to fill customer orders.
And we didn't have a single customer cancel. People were very understanding.
And we split up, and we ended up running production out of 3 different facilities. One out of Pender, Nebraska, one out of Wakefield, and then we still did some shipping and receiving here at this facility after the cleanup.
10 years later, Sand Creek Post and Beam has grown. Now called Timberline, they still reside in Wayne's Business Park, building timber structures that harness the beauty, sustainability, and strength of not just the wood they use, but the community they've built.
I really felt that we were like the phoenix rising out of the ashes.
In Wayne, Nebraska, Katie Koppel, KTIV News 4.
Len, Jewel, and the team at Timberline mark the anniversary of the tornado each year with a Toast the Tornado party to celebrate the obstacles they've overcome in the last 10 years.